Hey there, TigerShark here again with Okano. If you haven't noticed, I started pronouncing Okano differently. The way I used to say it, Okano, was supposed to help get across the point that it's three parts and not just one word. But when I talk about it normally, I call it Okano because that's how it's supposed to be said, so I realized I should just pronounce it correctly in my videos. Anyway, this week I played a game that was free on the Epic Game Store. By the time this video comes out, it won't be free anymore, I apologize. The full price is 20 bucks. It's called Touch Type Tale. I decided to play this one since I played Blood Typers a few episodes back and I liked the concept. And this is a very similar concept, so this game probably wouldn't even be on my radar if not for the typing gimmick. It's a very basic army movement strategy style game that I've played maybe a dozen times in a dozen different forms. The premise is a boy who discovers a magic typewriter that allows him to control stuff, I guess. That part wasn't very clear to me, what exactly the boy is doing, but he has to save the kingdom from bandits and things. Like Blood Typers, you control everything by typing randomized words that appear on the screen. From planting crops and mining to raise money, to recruiting and moving your troops around the map. I wouldn't really say the typing adds anything to the gameplay other than offering a unique way to play. The novelty kind of wears off after a little while and then it's just a strategy game. The game is pretty good and the artwork is charming and fun. But if you take away the main gimmick, then it's just another strategy game like you've possibly played 100 times before. I don't want to sound like I'm giving a bad review here, I actually quite like the game. It's just one of those things where, as I said, if not for the one idea that sets it apart, I probably wouldn't even have tried it. There are multiple difficulty levels. I don't know what changes, I can only assume the enemies are more numerous and the words are longer. I played on normal because I'm not confident in typing or strategy, and I found that to be a sufficient challenge. But like any game of this type, there's almost always a winning strategy where you can maneuver yourself to a point where you can't really lose. Then it's just a case of slowly building up your power and pushing to the end. Another gripe I have with games of this nature is the level structure. I found myself completing levels and wishing they kept going. This game could do with an endless mode. Not exactly sure how that could be implemented without it getting too boring, but that's the kind of thought I have every time I play one of these. Another feature that I thought was cool was the typing sounds in the audio settings. You can change it to sound like the default typewriter, raindrops, punching sounds, sparkly magic sounds, chicken noises, and more. I feel a little like this review is all over the place, but overall I do want to recommend this one. I'll leave the link in the description. So that's all for this one, and as always I hope you have a spectacular day. I have other channels and projects that I would love for you to check out. I have a second channel called Drawing with TigerShark where I have a variety of drawing content. I have an EP on Spotify called 5,555 Miles as my one-man band called Power Mouse. And finally, I have a clothing brand called Studio Duck Apparel featuring original artwork that I create myself. The links to these things will all be in the description.